welcome again to the broadcast, to another edition of the NewOaks AI Podcast. I'm your host, Leland Best from Best Studios, LLC, along with my good friend, Ray Luan, CEO of NewOaks AI. Welcome, Ray. How's things today?
Hi, Leland. Everything's great. The weather's getting warm, so I think we're going to enter the spring season really soon.
End of February already. It's hard to believe we've gotten this far into the first quarter. I'm kind of sitting back here going, man, where is this first quarter going already?
Right. So the time has passed already, right? Like
It
10%, more than
Yeah.
10%.
Well, the river was froze literally 2 days ago, and
Oh, wow.
today it was almost 50 degrees here, which a week ago was like 10. Now it's
Wow.
50. So the
That's
river's
crazy.
completely thawing out. It'll probably break apart here in the next few hours.
Okay. Yep.
So a lot going on in the world today, Ray,
Yep.
as always.
Yep.
Tesla's a lot of big news, of course, with Grok 3 and all that going on. They're beating all kinds of benchmark tests, but it's not just that Elon gets involved in. Tesla's
Yeah.
expanding its full
Yep.
self-driving vehicle out to China. So you got to
Mhm.
tell us more about this. What does this mean for the global autonomous driving market, right?
Yeah. So FSD, full self-driving, is one of Tesla's best-selling, most expected features because it's AI driven. So, because recently Tesla's sales volume dropped, not dropped, it doesn't meet the expectation. So their stock price went down. So Tesla decided to release their full self-driving software into their Chinese market. But the dilemma is that American government does not allow Tesla to, you know, to test full set, to use the data, to use the chips and algorithm to fully train the FSD. But and the Chinese government limits its FSD's partnership with Baidu.com. Anyway, so it's kind of they're getting a dilemma, right? No governments want Tesla to train their FSD with Chinese consumers' data. It's it's getting like in the hot seat. So I will see, yeah, I will see. I will see whether. So it costs about like $10,000 to buy FSD software.
Okay.
As a add-on, actually. I think it costs only like $6,000 in the US. I don't know, but it should be good for the whole auto business in overall because Tesla is the only one that released the end-to-end autonomous driving AI-driven software in terms of all the EVs, electric vehicles. Okay.
So who is BYD? That's a
Oh,
competitor there in China, right? That's doing
right.
autonomous vehicles
BYD.
as well.
Yep. BYD is the largest vehicle maker in China.
Oh, okay.
I think they sold about 4 million vehicles last year, 2024.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is it that they
So
don't want Elon to record the street data that's keeping kind of
yes,
cover where
they
he can't come out and record all the driving information that he needs?
right. Is that the US government does not allow to use the China to help to use the China consumers data to train FSD. It's not, and Elon already got the permission from Chinese government to train the local data. It's a key. You got to train the FSD software with the local data, means the
Sure.
videos and images, right? So that's a key. Data is a key of the AI for autonomous driving. So I think that's but Tesla has the most advanced algorithm in terms of AI self-driving in the whole world.
Sure.
No one else can compare, even BYD, right? They're not a AI company. BYD is just pure manufacturing company. They don't have any like FSD.
Oh, okay.
So
Because I'm just looking at where he said here, Mr. Musk recently described it to investors as
mm-hmm.
Tesla is stuck between Chinese regulations that prevent
Yeah,
it from taking data out of the country to train driving
yep,
models and
Yeah.
American authorities that will not let it train its self-driving systems in China. So it's like
Right. Exactly. That's a
a
dilemma.
double-edged sword. He doesn't win either way
Yeah.
by the sounds of it. But he did meet with the Chinese premier,
Mhm.
Li Qiang. How does he pronounce it? Li Jiang? Is that how he pronounces his name? How does he pronounce his
Yeah.
name?
Yes. He's the one who introduced Tesla,
Oh,
but he's
okay.
a big supporter. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's this guy right here. I got him in a picture with a meeting with Elon. Let's see if I can get him on the screen here. This
Yeah.
is Li Xing right here. So they were meeting about this whole idea, and it was all good to go,
Yeah.
but nobody on the
Yeah.
bureaucratic side of things seems to want to let it happen.
Right.
I'll
Right.
never understand that. It just doesn't make
Yeah.
sense to me.
So the regulation is the pain, right? It's not good
Yeah.
for technology at all.
Well, how do you think that's going to shape the future of transportation going forward, Ray? I mean, are we
Well, I
all going to be
think,
driving autonomously, where we just get in a
yeah,
vehicle and hop on
that's
it?
all what I believe. I think with Tesla's robotaxi, if Elon can release on time by the end of this year, it's gonna. I think most of the automakers will go bankrupt unless they become robot taxi company by themselves. Otherwise, I don't think anyone needs to own a vehicle anymore. We just need to call a vehicle and and ride on the vehicle and then leave. We don't need to buy a vehicle anymore unless it's a hobby, right? You like driving. It's something fun. It's not but as a transportation tool, I think autonomous driving is the way to go. So that's why I think Tesla is definitely the winner, but it has to break the regulatory barrier,
Mhm.
on the road to autonomous driving or robot taxi.
Yeah,
Um,
I look at it as a taxi service myself. I haven't seen much desire
yeah,
from at least the American West of
yeah,
people like having this need to not drive. You know what I mean? It's like
right,
a lot of people in this country love their
yeah,
cars and they love to
right,
build their cars and work on their cars and play with their
yeah,
cars and drive their cars whenever they want. So the
yeah,
idea of something else driving a car for them, I don't think it's
hmm,
taken full grasp of everyone here in this country anyway. I don't know
yeah,
what the big difference is. I know over in Southeast Asian countries, they're all for it. They're all ready to go. They just want a vehicle to show up, but they can jump in the door and go and be gone and get to work or wherever they have to
exactly,
go. Americans don't look at it
exactly,
that way. I don't think they're not
yeah,
quite right. In the big cities, maybe they are, but for
yep,
the majority of those that live in rural environments, they have not yet seen or grasped the potential for it. I don't think. So maybe
right.
it'll come around.
So, yep, I think in the future, like it will be a mixed mode, right? Some people still like to drive by themselves, but most people just use vehicle as a transportation tool. Maybe there are another innovative innovative equipment coming along is the
Flying
flying
cars.
yeah, flying cars, right? Then it's there's another habit, like people fly over every single day, just like the sci-fi
Yeah,
movies.
I think that'll be
So
fun. I can't
yeah,
wait.
yeah,
You'll have a little landing pad on your roof where you just wait for your, little
yep,
taxi to show up and you jump in and just fly
exactly,
away. Been
exactly. And
waiting for
you
that
need a
one.
bigger roof, right? That
Right.
flat the
Every
big roof.
everyone
Yeah,
has their own little helipad now. All
yeah,
right. So let's talk about some of the other new stuff going on. We've got
yeah,
Anthropic releasing Claude Sonnet 3.7. Real weird choice of
yep,
versions to throw out there, but things happen when
right.
they happen, right? So tell us a
Yeah,
little bit about Claude 3.7, Ray. What's going on over at Anthropic?
yeah. So Cloud 3.7 is Cloud Sonnet 3.7 is their most recent reasoning model. It's pretty good at coding, autonomous coding, and the mathematics, solving math problems, and also other like use cases, especially in financial calculation, reporting, and also writing. So in general, what I have, me myself, and we already implemented the Cloud Sonnet 3.7. From what I heard, 3.7 is probably the best model for coding up to
Okay.
now. Yep. And the reason that the benefit of 3.7 is that it can imitate the physical law of the real world better than other software. So, for example, one of my other AI AI founder friend built a game with Claude Sonnet 3.7, just imitate the whole solar system, how it runs, right? The 7 planets circle around the sun. Just it looks more real than other like coding software, like O3 Mini is right. It can reason, it can write coding, but Sonnet probably the 3.7 probably is the best.
That's cool. I'm just showing some of the benchmarks here for Claude 3.7 versus 3.5, which just at the graduate level reasoning was at 65% when it came out new. And now with 3.7, they're topping up at 78 to 85% practically.
Wow.
So they've kept quite a bit of increase there. Along with some of the other improvements, I think the major improvement was really in the math problem solving, which went from 78% to 96.2.
Right.
And again, the high school math competition, I think, is another. It couldn't barely squeak past it before. It was 16%. Now it's hitting 61 to 80% with the extended thinking, with the 64K extended thinking.
Wow, so it's beating high school graduates in the math.
Not bad. That's not bad.
Right.
Can't complain. I do have a little video here if we wanted to see. I want to see how long this
is. Should we be doing like Big Smile or?
Why don't we go ahead and show a little clip here? I think we can do this right without messing.
Well, I can hear your video now.
Yeah, you might be. You should be able to as it goes through. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But it's going to be whether or not you should be able to hear it loop back. I'm hoping it will. Let's see how it goes through the feed here.
Big Smile's creepy.
That's sort of what I think. I'm Boris. I'm an engineer.
I'm Kat. I'm a product manager.
We love seeing what people build with Claude, especially with coding, and we want to make Claude better at coding for everyone. We built some tools, one of which we're sharing today. We're launching Claude Code as a research preview. Claude Code.
Claude I'm going to ask Claude to compile the app and see if we get any build errors. Let's see what it finds. Claude identified the build errors and is now fixing them. Then it tries to build again. It'll keep going until it works.
It's almost done here, right?
Now let's finish everything up by asking Claude to commit its changes and push them to GitHub. Claude creates a summary and a description of our changes. And it'll push the changes to GitHub. That's it. That's an example of what Claude Code can do. We can't wait for people to start building with it.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, that's just. Are you letting Claude just do all your coding now?
Yeah, we're using Cloud 3.7 to 60% of coding.
I mean,
already.
That's good. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that it's saving you guys so much time and effort over there. So let's get on. So price and cost efficiency with just the Claude Anthropic release of 3.7 Sonnet is a 90% savings when using prompt caching and batch processing. So something to consider if you're going to be doing some large developments. You can obviously save a lot of money over there. Anything else about this, Ray? I see, they've got all these other feature sets that were added in. Now, we were just looking at code generation a minute ago. It did kind of take over. It could take over for computer use. Are you letting it use its RPA to run your computers yet? Have you attempted?
No, we haven't tried computer. Right. No, we haven't tried the computer use yet. Because I think it's still premature. But at some point, probably we'll build some AI agent too with computer use. To allow it to do the autonomous, automatic workflow, to build automatic workflow, like operate a computer, but not yet. I think it's still too dangerous, right? If it get hallucinated and, just pay some like software with your credit card or buy something, it's going to be a big
That's what I'm worried
problem
about right now, is giving an open access to shopping carts. If we can keep it from opening shopping carts, I'll be happy for now, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't see how Anthropic, this kind of release is really big for coders. It's not something that your average user is going to see a huge improvement of what they're using, the feature sets over there. But I can guarantee any of the IT professionals and AI entrepreneurs out there who are using this to build code regularly are going to see vast improvements in its ability to come through for them. So,
yeah.
Go ahead, Ray. What do you got for thought there?
Yeah. So another like application we're going to use Cloud Sonnet 3.7 is we are going to use it. I mean, one of the most autonomous coding use case is using AI to build websites. So remember last time we talked about use AI to release a feature to use AI to allow any user with no coding background just build a website from scratch. Right? Say I want to build a best live TV website, and make it a broadcasting website, something like that. So I think that's what the most useful use case. And later on, we plan to build so now it's paved the way to use AI to build to build AI employees. And even by the end of this year, I think we should be able to use AI to build organizations like AI companies. So we use AI to build everything from scratch. So that's the vision. I'm not sure whether it can get this point by the end of this year or next year, but I think at some point in the near future, it's going to come.
Yeah, I think you'll literally be able to enter into a box. I need an e-commerce company that sells cat toys, and it will generate the entire employee system build that you need, the website you need, the forms and data structure you need, the database you need, everything that you would need to have and run an e-commerce business can be performed by an AI agent, built in the cloud, constructed and operational, tested, and then sent into production mode. So it's kind of crazy that we are at this stage so fast, but I'm all ready for it, honestly. I'm over having to go back and pause play to figure stuff out when people are showing me how to do something. Now I can just ask an AI agent look, I need your help. Can you help me with this? And it typically
Yep.
does.
Yeah.
So what's going on at NewOaks then, Ray? I mean, this means a lot for people adopting AI as far as coders go, but on the user face and the user interface end of things, we need to have it a simple process, a touch point that's easier than any other. So what has NewOaks done to accommodate that recently, Ray? A lot of new stuff coming, I see.
Right. So recently we finished integration with Omni 3, and also we integrated with Claude Sonnet 3.7 yesterday. And then we plan to integrate with Gemini sometime this week or next week. So we are going to integrate all the different models into NewOaks. So make because different models are good at different areas, right?
Yeah.
Because Cloud is good at coding, but Gemini, they have the longest context window so that you can remember everything. Like I think it's 1 million context window. It's much it's much longer than much bigger than both Cloud and OpenAI.
Sure.
GPT. Yep. Yep.
Okay, now I am looking at the website, Ray, but I see a notice here about WhatsApp integration with no Twilio required. I know we've already done that with Instagram, so when does
Yep.
this feature drop? I'm excited about this because I know a lot of people overseas are going to want this.
Yep.
Tell us a little more about how that's working.
So this week we're integrating with WhatsApp without Twilio, which means that you only need to scan the QR code of the WhatsApp, and then get authorization go through without you have to the need to log into Twilio account, get a Twilio number, and those kind of lengthy process. So that's much easier to do the native integration. So I think that's going to be accomplished by the end of this week.
Awesome. And in that, I see you're also looking at adding Claude Sonnet 3.7 integration along with the Gemini AI integration. Is this something, well, let me go back to the WhatsApp for a minute then. Is that to say then we're not far off from getting a full Facebook integration with NewOaks, or is that something that's probably even further down the line? I know Facebook just revoked a lot of approvals on some apps, and people had to go back through the application process in some cases because of changes in their API. So it was an unexpected thing that some places that I have as software were affected by. They were literally shut down on all their automation sequences for a while because of that. Did it affect NewOaks at all when that happened?
No, I think we are going to also do native integration with Facebook Messenger too. So without going through Twilio, same thing. So, but it's going to come after WhatsApp. So I think early next month it will be done.
It'll be nice
on
to
the
have
roadmap.
full omni-channel access. I think now. Will these all be on the same channel? Like if you pick up a bot on Facebook and talk to it, and then pick it up on the website, will it maintain the same conversation from the person that shows up?
Well, it will not make the same conversation. What we're talking about is to put all in one management box, I think, input box. So that's something that we'll do later, because it will communicate with one user through different channels, but we need to put a little memory feature so that the bot can remember. I just talked to Leland on Facebook. Now Leland's asking me questions on the website. I need to recall the previous conversation and carry on to interact with Leland in a more familiar manner, right?
Context. Yeah, we have to have context.
Context. Yeah. So the context is not unified yet, but it will be.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that's good. I was just curious. And then the AI phone call agent update, I thought was really cool that it is confirming certain information that the bot is receiving during a phone call, like an email address that might not be very cohesive, or something that just has a lot of characters that the bot wasn't able to pick up fluently. So that feature's already up and running, or is that going to be a few more days?
Right. So the AI phone call feature, recently we just refine it a little bit about the prompt so that it not only can engage with customers and then book appointments during the call. We find out that ChatGPT real time, sometimes it cannot identify the single letter when they spell it out. So we will send out a text message confirmation message just to the user right after closing the voice call, just to confirm all the important information, the lead info specifically, the name, email address, and also the summary of the whole conversation. So that's the idea, just to prevent any like wrongly spelled email address or important info during the voice call.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, there's really no other way we can, and being that it's a text message, it's not intrusive. It's just like, oh, I just got off the phone with this guy. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, he's confirming, blah, 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 and you're done. Yeah. It's, I think, a really unique and proficient way.
Yeah.
An efficient way to get that job done.
Right. So we recently also find an interesting use case for the voice AI, which is one, because there's a feature that is popular among business owners called missed call test back. For example, when you post your business website or number within Google business profile, right? When someone call you, most of the time, like 60% of the time, the business owners are busy with other customers or doing some other stuff, so that they cannot pick up the call. But then we figure out it's better to use a voice AI and set up as a call forward when someone call your number, rather than send a text message back. That way, the call will go through and talk to the voice AI, and the voice AI can always ask pre-screening questions to qualify the lead, and then only send the qualified lead information to you as a business owner, right? Versus you need to test back every single incoming calls, inbound calls. So I think that's another very interesting use case for business owner, rather than only a text back, but we use a voice back. I think that will improve the conversion rate. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. We've been playing around with some of those same ideas that rather, and almost like a voicemail replacement system is what we're kind of targeting. It's like forwarding their original phone number into an AI's phone number so that it's transparent. They don't even see the switch over, but then there's no missed call at all. It's just there's always somebody there to pick up the phone, which makes more sense, obviously, than having the call missed in the first place. So
exactly.
Let's not miss. How about we should make that a no missed call text back, or a no missed call period. We got to come up with a name for that, like a heck with a missed call text back, make it a no missed call thing.
Yeah. It's gonna be. Right. Or missed call voice back, because
that's an idea. I like that.
Yeah. So voice is bigger, it's better than text. And then the beauty is that after the voice call, the prospective user still can interact with AI on text. So it's a combination of voice AI and text, and to improve the conversion rate and engagement and nurture the leads.
Yeah, and the user that missed the call could just screen the call as it's going on if they wanted to, because they can watch the conversation through the live chat feature as well. So yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. I like it, right? Yeah. All right, and other than that, really, as far as closing thoughts go for today, where do you see us by the end of Q1? I'm just going to put it out there because there's 1 month to go. Q1 will be gone. We'll be moving into Q2. Wow. I haven't seen, like for me, we've been so busy building things on the back end that we haven't seen a lot of ROI or a big advancement in the tech that we're doing. But we do see we're seeing an advancement in the technology that we're using. Yeah. So it's a constant improvement process. It's like we're never standing still. So where do you see us, Ray, by the end of Q2?
Okay. So
4 months from now, where do you think we're going to be?
Right. So 4 months from now, I think we're going to release, as I mentioned, we're going to release the feature to use AI to build websites. and then we probably keep innovating and coming up with another core features, because the reason is that with autonomous coding is keeping evolving. There will be a lot of use cases, right? We're coming along the way. So we're release more features on our roadmap just to with the latest version of AI, because AI is evolving every single day. And which means that the previous feature we built need to be updated, and maybe there's some other use cases that we have never thought before is going to be valuable for our business owners. So with that said, I think the next quarter we probably will refine our AI website feature, and then by the end of the year, we're probably building the AI employee feature along the way. So that's the idea.
I can see you productizing some
Yeah.
of the things you have here as almost
Yeah.
separate components a la carte that you could access in the system and decide whether or not you want to build it this way
Yep.
or if you want to build it this way. You know, you have a
Right.
choice now. It's not
Yep.
just I'm building a chatbot. It's I
Right.
have an agent that I can focus in certain niche, certain
Yep.
qualities, certain production abilities, certain tools that it uses. So I think
Right.
as we advance into Q2, what we're really going to find is this is where we develop the tools, but we really need to know practically how we can apply them and where. And that's the productization
Exactly.
of AI that's going to take place over the next 3 to 6 months.
Exactly.
All right, Ray.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yep.
I can't wait to see what comes up this week as we move ahead. I'll be using it a little more now that we've got some new updates for sure. I got to get out there and play. I haven't been playing in NewOaks enough lately. I need to go back. So, Ray,
Yep.
thanks as always. Every week you come out here and are a true benefit to the community. Just spending the time that you do out here with the NewOaks AI people that are using your platform shows your commitment to your product and also to your community. So we thank you for that. And we will see you next Tuesday, 8 p.m. as we always do. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you'd like. We will follow up if we can. And on Thursdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, Ray, tell us about what you're doing over there with Hilton Davidow.
Yeah, so the Thursday is going to be the announcement for new features and also integration with Go High Level and other CRM. So, but this Thursday probably we probably do something else. I'll see whether we can do this Thursday. Maybe we'll do next one.
Yeah, I'll have to show up one of these days and see what you guys are up to. Thursdays are usually a busy day for me, but if I can make it in there at 9 a.m., you're in a Zoom, right? You just hang out in Zoom and work on stuff together? All right. Well, we'll see if we can't make it by there. Thursday, 9 a.m., be sure to be part of that workshop as well. All right, Ray, thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next edition of NewOaks AI.
Thank you. See you next week.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Lidan. Take care. Bye-bye.